Hey, I appreciate you clicking on this video. Like, subscribe. We're finally gonna start shooting these broadheads. We're gonna start figuring out which broadheads I think are the best for my setup personally. Leave a comment, let me know which broadheads you're really liking this year. There's some good ones out. There's just so many, you can't test them all. Let me know which ones you might be interested in. Buy a Rambo bike, use TripleRwoods at checkout. Let's get to it. All right, I appreciate you watching this video. We're gonna get into the first broadhead test that we're doing. We're gonna start off with a fun one. We're gonna start off on the single piece side broadhead. This is the Ozcut Hurricane. I believe you can find these at Walmart for relatively cheap. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then we've also got a very similar one in the Annihilator. So two single piece, solid piece broadheads, both 100 grains, and we're going to test them. We're going to shoot them through wood, plywood. We're going to test them at long range. All that stuff we're going to get into here in a little bit. We're using a Victory HLR. It's a 300 spine. At the last second I switched to a Victory HLR. I was going to use an Easton 5.0, but I was using a 340 spine. I figured somebody out there would go, you shouldn't use a 340 spine out of a 70-pound bow. You should use a 300 spine or a 250 spine. So here we are with a 300 spine, 409 grain arrow, shooting out of this Darton Tritech 33, 70 pounds. It's shooting 293 feet per second. It is 14.9 FOC according to Podium Archery's FOC calculator. So pretty high FOC. We'll see how it performs in this test. So we've got our categories back here. Accuracy is the most important. That's probably what we'll test first. How do they group downrange? Then we'll talk about the price and the value, how their wound channel is going to look, you know, based on their cut. The durability, we're going to shoot them through plywood, see how they hold up. And then we're going to talk quality control. Are they the same size? Do they whistle when they shoot? You know, are they not sharp out of the box? Things like that. And then features. Some of these will have some pretty neat features, as these will probably have, that you can probably already guess. You can resharpen these. That's one thing I kind of like about these. The price of broadheads are getting so crazy. If I shoot something with this, I don't want bent blades and just have to throw it away because they're expensive. I want to resharpen it and let it shoot it again. So before we get into that though, I want to show you this bow is tuned to these arrows. We've already shot through paper. We're getting a nice clean bullet hole on these Victory HLRs through that Tritech. So before we get into this too far, we're going to talk some quality control just while they're still all in one piece, just in case we were to break some. First thing I'm going to do is check and see. They're supposed to weigh 100 grains. These are the Ozcut Hurricanes, 106.8, 107, so heavy there. 106.4, heavy there. 106.4 again. So I don't like that these are coming in over 100 because I can't find a 106 practice tip. So here's an actual 100 grain practice tip, if I can keep it from rolling. 100 even. So what I don't like about that is it's going to be hard to be super accurate with these when they weigh more than your field tips or your practice tips are going to weigh. The Annihilator, single piece, 100 on the money, 100 on the money, 100 on the money. So quality control right out of the gate, the Annihilator looking pretty good. So we'll look at the widest points on here as far as cut goes. Not quite an inch, 0.870. Yep, 0.870. So the Ozcut are coming in a little less than an inch, and the Annihilators are coming in even shorter at 0.770. So they're about 1/10 of an inch shorter, any way you look at it. So 0.770 for the Annihilator, 0.870 for the Ozcut Hurricane. All right, we're going to go do the accuracy test now. I've got the Ozcut Hurricanes on all yellow fletchings, 2.75 drivers. I've got the Annihilators on a white fletching, 2.75 driver. Same arrow. The Ozcuts are going to be a little heavier just because they're 106 grains and not 100 for some reason. Because the Annihilator appears to be the most accurate in weight, we're going to go first with them, and then we'll shoot the Ozcut second. 60 yards, 57 yards, not 60, 57 yards out of a Darton Tritech 33. Let's go see how they shoot. All right, I do withhold the right to have a mulligan if I just shank a shot. If I just make a bad shot, I'm going to redo it. It's for the sake of science. We want good shots to be counted. So way down there is a 60-yard target. You probably won't be able to see it out of this camera, but I'll have another one that will show you the impacts. Later, up first, 100 grain Annihilator, 57-yard shot. Ooh, that hit low, bad low. Right there next to it. I didn't even see where that one hit. All right, Ozcut Hurricane, 106 grain up next. Oh boy, these broadheads are definitely pulling low left. Ooh, that one hit money. The last one hit perfect. All right, these are just regular old 100 grain field tips. I want to prove that the shooting is not necessarily that bad, that maybe our broadheads are causing some issues. I think that one's just right in there. All right, so here's what we're looking at. We definitely got two down here touching. Those are Annihilators, I believe, down here touching. I hope that one's not run, the fletchings. I think we got 3 yellows. They're all, I think this might have been my first practice shot, actually. Let me pull that out. Practice shot number 1, practice shot number 2. So practice shot number 2 was right in here, and it was a good shot. The other one was just a touch lower, maybe down in here. So not shooting all down in here. I don't know why there's one up here that's actually a really good shot at 60. One of the yellows, other 2 yellows are barely in the block. I might add a yard and reshoot these and just see if they were up here. Because these are a solid broadhead, you could just shoot broadheads all the time, resharpen them, and have your actual sight tape set up for broadheads. But right now, this is the only one that I would say is a good shot, and it's Ozcut, I believe. All right, so I was a little disappointed in the drop on these at 60 yards. Not that I would shoot a deer at 60 yards, but I think at 60 yards we over-exaggerate, so at 30 and 40, it's gonna be lower. So it makes sense. You've got a giant spear on the front, creating more drag, steering maybe a little different than we're used to. Every one of those hit left when I wasn't hitting left with my practice tips, so it makes you think you're gonna probably have to tune to these. I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna mess with tuning to these, so we're gonna add a yard, try it again. This time we'll alternate. We'll do an Annihilator. We'll actually do 2 field tips as a practice round. Then we'll go Annihilator, Ozcut, Annihilator, Ozcut, just alternate back and forth. So we'll see if we get a different result doing that. To field point. Just a smidge high, but a good shot, it looks like. Those 2 are both pretty perfect. All right, next up, Ozcut Hurricane. Better. Next up, Annihilator. Just a touch low. Next up, Ozcut. Next up, Hurricane, Ozcut. Next up, Annihilator, last shot. All right. I think these 2 are my practice shots. Yeah, I can see there's no cut to them. The Ozcut, I believe, are yellow. I should pull one just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure these 3 here are Ozcut Hurricane, and these 3 whites down here are Annihilators. Let me pull one just to make sure. Yeah, so the Annihilators group's a little worse. It's just a little wider, I guess you could say. Not really too much worse than the yellows up here of the Ozcut Hurricanes. They're all hitting left, which is crazy because, again, field tips are here. I don't want to have to retune my bow for just a broadhead. That's not really something I want to have to do. That's kind of one of the better features of a mechanical is I shouldn't have to retune anything. I will say these things penetrate good. They're going all the way through this into that pretty good. So these Oz cuts are tough to get out. I don't know that you can base the penetration test on this by this block target, but you can see 2 Oz cuts are definitely in deeper than 2 Annihilators, and this third Annihilator wasn't any better. Again, I don't know that you can base that off of a block, but just something to make note of. So as far as just accuracy, again, they're all left. I think that's twice now that the Ozcut Hurricane has had a little bit better accuracy. And again, not by much. We had to add a yard just to get here. We're all hitting low left. So something to think about. Durability test. Up first is the Annihilator. Woo. Next up, Ozcut Hurricane. Golly. Parts of wood flew everywhere. Annihilator. Ozcut Hurricane. First notice, this hole is bigger. Like, the solid part of that is bigger than this. Now, the cut on this is nastier. Like parts of wood flying out. The back end is just all blasted out because of the cut as it goes through. But the hole is definitely bigger on the Annihilator. Durability wise, after being shot through the plywood, Annihilator still looks good. I don't really see any, like, even scuffs to the edge. Like, the edge of this still looks really sharp compared to the Hurricane. Has a little more scuffs, but I don't know that it translates to damage necessarily. This seems straight too. I mean, I don't know if you can tell it in the camera, but there's a few more just marks on the head, but it kind of just looks like paint marks. So both of these broadheads have the ability to resharpen them. If you hadn't got something like this, you need to get one. It's a real cheap, simple method for being able, you can just give your, I'm gonna do it with an arrow if I can. Just give these a nice clean up after being shot through plywood. Annihilators sharpen really easy because they're a double bevel, so you literally could just take this and just put it flat on that and just run it down there. The Ozcut a little harder because it's got that helical to it. But yeah, both of them come out pretty clean. I mean, really, like this one, like I said, just some paint chips, paint scuffs, but I don't see anything. It doesn't look like the tips flattened out or anything like that. Let's talk scores because that's what's important, right? Accuracy. The Ozcut was a little bit more accurate than the Annihilator. Both were going to probably need tweaked a little bit as far as moving your rest or sight to try to get them to hit exactly where your field tips hit. I don't want that. I don't want to mess with that. I want to shoot field points. I want to shoot the broadhead. Some people will say, well, you shouldn't shoot a fixed head. Well, maybe not, but we're going to see how if we can find one that will do both. That's kind of the goal of this. So none of them were perfectly accurate, so none of them got a 25 out of 25. I did give the Ozcut a 20, and I gave the Annihilator a 17, just because this one was closer, but it still wasn't great. I had to add a yard to both of them just to get them on the block, basically. So we gave it Ozcut a 20 and Annihilator just a little behind with a 17. Price and value. So the Ozcut is a $40 broadhead, $39.99 at Cabela's. The Annihilator is a $70. I guess I could put the dollar sign on the correct side. $70 broadhead. So I could nearly buy a whole other pack of Ozcut Hurricanes for the price of the Annihilator. So I went ahead and went with, out of 20, I went with 18 for a value for the Ozcut Hurricane, just because I think 40 is a pretty good price point for what you're getting on those. And since these were a little higher, I went with 15 on them because they're nearly double the price of the Ozcut Hurricanes. Wound channel, neither one of them were very big. They were both under an inch as far as wound channel goes, which is not very good. So neither of them have a great score for wound channel, but I do think the Oscut having that spiral, and you could feel it when you go to pull it out of the target. That joker was spun through there. The Annihilator would pull out much smoother. I gave the Oscut a 12. I gave the Annihilator a 10. So just a little bit behind because neither one of them was a great wound channel. And the Annihilator was actually smaller than the Oscut. So next up, durability. Both were durable, but the Annihilator, like no scuffs, no scratches, didn't really look like need to be resharpened after being shot through the wood. Tips weren't bent, none of that. The Oscut was pretty good, did have some marks on it, but nothing functionally was bent or like laid over or anything like that. But you could definitely see the Oscut having the ability to get damage quicker than the Annihilator. The Annihilator is a solid piece of metal that's going to do a good job and not have to be, you could shoot that over and over and over and over with no problem. Quality control, none of them whistled. I heard people say, oh, solid ones will whistle. I didn't notice any whistling when I shot them out here. You tell me if you heard that on yours. Consistent weight, spin good, etc. The problem I have is the Oscuts were heavy, 6 grains heavier. Did it make much of a difference out there? Not really, no, but I don't want them. I want them to be 100 if they advertise 100, and they were not. So I gave them a 12, and I'm giving the Annihilators 15 because they were spot on 100 at every way. So Oscut, Annihilator did great in durability and quality control. Features, both of them had the ability to resharpen. It's about the only feature you're going to get out of a solid piece, a solid head. So our total scores, the Oscut come in at 85 and the Annihilators came in at 82, very close. The deciding factor is the price. If the price of the Annihilator was closer to 40, if it was 50 even, you go, okay, well, it's a coin flip, spend a few extra dollars, get a solid, durable head that weighs the exact same. And then, you know, the accuracy, the Oscut was just slightly more accurate than the Annihilator was at 60 yards. Would you notice it at 20? Maybe not, but if it's, you can notice it at 60, it's happening at 20. You just may not notice it as much. So price and accuracy were kind of the big thing. You know, the wound channel of that Oscut was pretty cool, and I think it helps as well. But durability, quality control, the Annihilator was definitely top dog on that. So here's what I've learned in the first video. This is going to be very hard to do. It's going to be hard to pick. It's going to be hard to decide because both of these are really great heads. Both of these you could hunt with no problem and have no issues. I might end up using some Annihilator heads. I really like them. They're super durable. Like if I was elk hunting, I'd be tempted to use something like this. Whitetail hunting, I mean, I love the wound channel that this thing is going to put off. I wish it was bigger, and maybe they make a bigger one. Maybe the 125 is a little bigger. I know they make an XL Annihilator that's over an inch, but this one wasn't even an inch, and it advertised it was an inch, so I don't know just how accurate that is, but something to keep in mind. But as for now, the Oscut Hurricane's moving on. Kind of a budget arrowhead, budget head. You can get these at Walmart for pretty cheap, so everybody likes an underdog. So this one's moving on to the next one. We'll catch you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe. This is taking a lot of time. It is hot. I don't know if you can tell how sweated down I am. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know your thoughts. If I messed up on anything, you can tell me over there. Won't hurt my feelings. Stick around for the next one. Buy a Rambo bike. Use TripleRwoods at checkout. And use Black Flag because I'm going to have to go rehydrate. So I'm going to have some hydration from Black Flag here in just a second. So you should too. Use TripleRwoods at checkout. Check out Palmetto Precision Strings. They're great strings. They're on that Darton that we're shooting right now that's shooting really dang good. So I can't say good enough things about Palmetto Precision Strings. So check them out as well. They're linked down below. Appreciate you watching. Stick around for the next one. Be here before you know it.